Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Great Day Houston. We are in the most festive time of the year, and it'll culminate with New Year's Eve. Whether you're hosting the get-together or want to show up with a gift in hand, Master Sommelier Guy Stout with Stout Family Wines simplifies what can be a confusing process. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's just start with the clink of the glass. Let's just go ahead and I want to hear the sound. Okay, good. All right, when I said it's confusing, it used to be that we had fewer wines, fewer vineyards around the world, but today there are so many wines to choose from, it does get confusing.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it's quality of wine and production of wine has grown worldwide. It's pretty amazing. We're best wines of our lifetimes right now.
And I learned from you, don't be swayed by simply price or how cute the label is, right? There's a little more education that goes into it, which is what sommeliers do when we go to restaurants. Ask, because if there's a sommelier there, they'll explain things to you. That's wine education is part of what you do. You started in the business as a wine and spirit salesman. What made you decide to up the ante, if you will?
Well, I started in restaurants. I was a busboy and became a waiter. And then, this is a long time ago, the Tasse du Vin. I became a sommelier, and I just fell in love with wine.
Yeah. When we say master sommelier, just to give people an idea, you were the first master in Texas, and at the time, there were about 100 around the world, about 300 now?
Well, I was the only master 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Paul Roberts was working at Cafe Annie here. He passed and immediately moved to California. So I became the only one.
All right.
But
what is that?
He's the first.
Yeah. What does that take? Because if it's just drinking wine, I should be a master.
Practice.
But there is a test. There are tests that you do.
It's phenomenal. I mean, it's amazing what you have to do to get through the study that's required, the travel. You need to travel and visit the wines from where they come from.
Yeah.
And I've done that.
Yeah, I bet you have. All right. It was just a matter of time before you came up with your own wine. You have Stout Family Wine. I remember you called me. You said, I want you to try something.
Yeah.
And it is, of course, it has to be delicious. You're a master sommelier. What's the biggest lesson you've learned from actually having a vineyard and producing wine versus just tasting the wines and grading them around the world?
Well, you learn what not to do. And you make mistakes along the way. It's just adjusting yourself to the situation, the vineyard, the bottling line. Something always
and
goes
the nature
wrong.
has its own things in mind, right? And the grape
Correct.
can do all kinds of things. You have a Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Cabernet Franc in your line. All right, let's make some wine recommendations. Sparkling wine, let's say it's for the office party.
Right, well, that's what I brought. I brought a couple of sparklers. These are Prosecco from Italy. It single-handedly made sparkling wine an everyday beverage instead of the special beverage.
Right, the special beverage, so champagne. So sparkling wine and Prosecco are, let me put it, all champagnes are sparkling wine, not all sparkling wines are champagnes.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Oh, you got it.
I got it, man.
Nice.
I remember my
Way to
lessons you
go.
gave me. Okay.
So now this is fun and friendly. Prosecco. Most every restaurant now has a Prosecco or a Cava from Spain, by the glass, moderate price. And Prosecco is just fun.
Yeah.
And
All right.
so
You know what's
this
also
is
fun is
office
when somebody's opening it and they don't open it correctly. That's
right.
that can
And
be fun too.
I want to show you how to do that. And if a little orange juice falls in the glass, that's okay.
Oh, it's okay to mix it up.
All
Okay.
right, so I always have a towel handy, and I use my corkscrew to cut the lower lip. Most of these have a pull tab. They never work. It's like the string on a Hershey Kiss.
Yeah, it
All
just
you
never
get is the
works.
string. So I cut just below the wire basket both ways.
Yeah, because I've tried doing that,
Then
not
I go
cutting it, and it's
right between one of the wire legs.
Okay.
And then this usually pops off pretty clean.
Okay.
And it did pretty well. Then you locate the little wire ring located here. You pull it down, and this is where the cloth comes in. You want to have the cloth over the top, and you want to support the cork with your thumb.
Okay.
Because as soon as you start unwinding this,
The pressure's coming
it's
off.
live ammo.
Yeah.
It's going to go. Just a matter of when it goes.
You don't want to put anybody's eye out.
So the cloth, start unwinding, then you grab the cork and twist the bottom of the bottle.
Ah, okay. I always twisting
Now
the
I'm
top
going
of
to
the cork.
pretend I still have
Yeah.
the cloth.
Okay.
And there's 6 turns. 4, 5, 6. And exactly. Never point the bottle at anyone.
Yeah. Okay, I'm moving over here.
Grab, and then again,
Watch out,
twist
Santa.
the base, and kind of rock it.
Okay.
And it should ease out.
Oh, and poof.
Nice and slow. The
There we
gas will
go.
come out, and oxygen will replace the gas. And then take your time pouring the glass. Otherwise, you're going to spend twice as much time cleaning up the
mess that bubbles
'cause
over.
It
Yeah.
explodes like nitroglycerin. I say 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, and then the next pour, you get right to the proper amount, about half a glass.
Is that really the proper amount, Guy? Is that really the proper amount? I mean, is it
Not for
really?
you.
And I have discussed this over the years. I'm like, when you
I
go to a
know.
restaurant, they give you tea, they fill it to the brim, water to the brim, beer overflowing to the brim, and you get stingy with the champagne. Here we go.
When you order wine by the glass, you expect it to be full.
Mm-hmm.
You want your money's worth. But when it's bottle service, always pour less than more,
Okay.
because you'll swirl the wine. You want to appreciate the aromas.
Okay.
You're volatilizing the esters.
I'm taking this
So-
to my next cocktail party. I
There
would
we
like
are.
to volatilize my esters. Cheers, right there. All right, so Prosecco. And Prosecco sometimes can be a better price point than some like those
Right,
big
now,
champagnes,
I
right?
chose these because they're available in the market. Specs, HEB,
Yeah.
Central Market.
And then we can get to Chardonnays are also kind of a safe bet for an office party, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we've got that one.
So the next wine up is the Sauvignon Blanc. This is from Stout Family. It's Napa Valley. It is, I'll join you. 100% Sauvignon from a single vineyard. Now, this is on the high side of Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
Most people love New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It's very popular.
Okay.
I not appreciate that style as much.
Okay.
I prefer less of the aggressiveness. This is very subtle, more in the French model.
It is. It's very
of,
smooth.
Sancerre or Bordeaux Blanc.
Especially if you're in a like a daytime party too. It's just a little bit more smooth. Okay,
Right.
That's the Sauvignon Blanc that you have, the Stout Sauvignon Blanc. This
Correct.
is the Chardonnay right here.
This is a Chardonnay. This is a brand new label, Magic Bus.
I love
that
this. This is
crazy?
yours, right?
Right. I'm known as the sommelier with the stout wines, but I wanted to do something out of the box, so I created Magic Bus.
And Magic Bus a little more affordable, right?
Correct. Yeah, this is in the, my wines retail from $35 to $100 a bottle.
Yeah.
Under stout.
Yeah.
But Magic Bus, this is all under 20.
This is good.
$15.
I love it.
And it's in a few HEB stores, a few restaurants here in town. We're just introducing it, real buttery style.
Yeah, it is. And I love a buttery Chardonnay.
Now I learned, I'm going to back it up a little bit on the next. This is Napa Valley Chardonnay.
Yeah.
I put California on the label because I knew my next was not going to be Napa.
Yeah.
I can't afford it in that price range.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to our next one here. We got a good red.
Right. We have a red as well. We also have in the pipeline Pinot Noir and Sauvignon Blanc for the Magic Bus. And this is a blend of Merlot and Zinfandel from Sonoma. Again, the label just says California because I know, that's my barbecue wine.
Yeah. This will be
That's
perfect
my
with
pizza
a
wine.
Yeah.
It's the wine that, I just want to get a cheese and crackers.
Or how about
that's
just
it.
an anytime wine? How about that?
Anytime wine.
Anytime wine. How about that? That's
there
your
you
next
go.
label,
I'm gonna
anytime
put that
wine.
on the next label.
All right. And then when it comes to there's so many things today. There's a screw top, which by the way, there's nothing wrong with the screw top, right? But if you're going to do some other things, you have to preserve the wines and stuff. There's different
Well, this
attachments.
is a device, Corvin.
Yeah.
And I don't own share in Corvin, but I use this because it's very efficient in getting, if you have expensive wines that you want to have a glass and you want to try it again next week or next month, this thing preserves
It'll
the
last that
wine.
long?
It's argon gas in this cartridge, and you force it into the cork. You give it a little pump, and that gas releases the wine, and displaces the one with argon gas here.
Yeah, that's great because oftentimes, I mean, I won't finish a bottle, right? So and then
Right.
it gets tossed out. So this way,
That's it. And they have a twist-off version that you can put the gas on to preserve that. But I love these.
Yeah. All right. So let's say we're at New Year's already, and you want to toast with the best champagne ever. Which, by the way, I'm going to show you my champagne in a second. I have. You might not know this, but I have a champagne blend myself. But I'll show you in a second. But what is the thing that you would toast with if money is no object?
Well, my favorite, and this will get me in trouble with so many champagne producers. I drink Roeder Cristal.
Yeah.
Also, I like the, Le Grand Dame from Veuve Clicquot. Most people know the yellow label, Veuve Clicquot.
Well, this is my champagne right here, Guy. It's called Deb's Champs, and it's basically a glass of cheap white wine with a little 7-Up in it. That's my brand.
Okay.
Look for it. All right, but anyway, Guy, thank you so much. You and I have had so much fun over the years. You taught me a lot about wine, and it's one of those things that people can have and enjoy, and it brings people together. Oh, look at this right here. Oh, to Deborah, cheers.
Merry
oh, this is awesome.
I signed a bottle for you.
You did. Thank you so much. And by the way, I hope you don't mind. I use your name every time I go to restaurants. I go, I know Guy Stout. They're like, you know Guy Stout? I go, yes, I do.
You've called me from one of those restaurants.
I did because the guy didn't believe me. Anyway, all right, Guy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Merry
Christmas. Happy holidays.
For more information on Master Sommelier Guy Stout or any of the wines that we featured today, visit greatdayhouston.com.